Hey everyone, Tony Walsh and Jackie Walsh is right back there behind me. So it's Tony and Jackie Walsh. Welcome back to the farmstead. Today we are going to pick some more of our potatoes. We're not going to get all of them, but we'll get some more. We've already harvested some. They were all planted the same date, but different varieties, so the maturity date is different. So we're gonna, well, let's just turn around and let's talk about it. So these two here are our remaining Yukon Golds. We'll get them. Over here, this row is our Kennebec Whites, and you can see we got a couple of them ready, but they're not all ready. And these are our red Norlands. They're almost ready, and we might pick a few just to see what they look like. But I was watching another YouTuber, and I don't remember who it was because I needed to go back and look. And they were talking about cutting the vines. They talk about like cutting them, they called it mowing, but the official name is something that started with an H, and it's supposed to, if you cut the vines a few days before harvest, the skins of the potatoes will toughen up. If you've ever heard of that, or if you've ever done that, leave me a comment. I'd like to know more about that process and how it works, and I may do an experiment next year when it comes to that. So, and if I can find that out before I finish this video, I may make another clip of that to talk about it more. But let's get these containers harvested and see what we got. Okay, here is our red Norland harvest. We have pulled them all, and all this come from 2.5 pounds of seed potatoes. And you can see we have varying sizes. I'll just hold this for example. I think in an earlier clip I did that. So good sized potato there, but you can see we got a lot of small ones. And this is just where Jackie and I have differences of opinions, but she's the boss. I just don't think I think we're planting too many potatoes in them containers. And whichever potato is the weakest, seed potato is the weakest, does not grow. So traditionally we plant 4. I'm hoping next year I can talk her into just 2 seed potatoes per container. So hopefully we can get the uniform size of big ones. But in reality, we like these little ones just as good. They fry up for breakfast just as good if you have to slice them. But if you notice here, these are dirty. We don't wash them because what we don't want is, see how those are skint right there. So we have to. So we're very careful. But even though we're very careful, we still skin them. So we like to let them just dry out. So we put them on these bread racks, you know, that the air can flow through. We're going to actually set these on buckets underneath the stoop right there to where air can flow through, and they're somewhat in a semi-dark place. Traditionally, or what I'd like to do is, but the barn's not clean, put them in the barn, and that way they're in real darkness, and then just run a fan across them. But we got to do some cleaning out to do that. So this is the red Norlands. Let us get to the others. Okay, here's our Yukon Gold harvest, and yes, it's only one bread rack, but it's still 2.5 pounds of seed potatoes. But one of the issues is these seed potatoes were bigger than the others, but it didn't have the eyes and the correct spacing to cut them out. So the way we actually had to cut them, they were bigger, so obviously it didn't produce as much, and as again, you can see the varying sizes. I don't know. We're just going to have to figure this out. Now, folks, this is one of these embarrassing things, but we're all here to learn. We're not here to make fun of each other. So this is our Kennebec white harvest, and you can obviously see the color difference. These we picked last weekend, and we had them out here under the shelter and thought we had them enough to the edge away from the sunlight, but evidently not, so they have turned a little green compared to these that we just picked today. So green potatoes are the starting of salmonella, could be starting, so that's what you have to be careful of. We did a little bit of research. It says you can peel them, and as long as the potato itself is not green, you can use that part of the potato. So Jackie's going to take these inside and just peel a few of them just to see how they look, and she gets them peeled, I'll show them to you. But again, if they're green, obviously we're not going to eat them. So it is what it is. When and that's the downside of gardening. That's what we all got to learn is, if you're going to garden, you better have time. And that's one thing that got away from us this past week was time, and we just wasn't paying attention. So we have lost not quite half of our Kennebec white harvest. Again, this was 2.5 pounds of seed potatoes. I know there's more than 2.5 pounds there. But again, the size difference you can see. I'm just going to harp that, and I'm gonna fuss, whine, cry, moan, and groan until Jackie gives in to reducing how many potatoes we put in a container. She's sitting back behind me rolling her eyes because I don't hear her, but I can feel her eyes rolling in the back of her head. So we'll see. So let's get some of these peeled and let's see what they look like. Okay, Jackie has peeled the ones that had the green skin on them, and she just went ahead and threw away most of the little ones because it just wouldn't have been worth the effort. So these look pretty good. She said she didn't know if she was going to fry them, mash them, potato salad. Didn't know that yet, but I can tell you one thing. If you see this video, that means we didn't get salmonella and get sick, because this video is probably going to be a week after I get it made. So that'll give us time to, well, I'll tell you what, if you do see even if we do get sick, I'll just wait and post the video to see. So let's go back to the garden and finish this thing. Since I'm in the kitchen, I go ahead and thought I'd go ahead and throw this clip in here. This is we was going through the pantry and found some applesauce left from 2023. So Jackie made this applesauce cake, and the left side has glazing and apple juice and all that. The right side is plain because I don't like a lot of artificial sweets. So I just like mine plain and put it in the microwave and put butter on it. So that is a tasty cake right there. Okay, we are winding down. So what have we got done? See, with all the extra dirt that we took out of the potato containers, we have topped off these 3 beds here and the round bed back there, and even one of the round tartar beds all the way back there in the back. Normally I would, instead of topping these off, I would have mixed it together, but the dirt that the onions was in was brand new dirt. This here dirt was brand new dirt, so I just topped it off. You can see it's still rich in the perlite. It is still looks good. It's black, but it still looks good. You know, without a soil sample, I can't say it's still perfect dirt, but it still looks good. So we're gonna get something else planted in all these. If you remember last year, our container garden was so crowded, and we took out every other row, and you can see even in this one, now we're still close over there, but with this one I can drive our biggest lawnmower through, and I take that back because Nana's lawnmower is bigger than this one, so we can drive this one through here, and it makes it so easy with the wagon. Even if we don't have the lawnmower pulling the wagon, we can pull it by hand in that row and in that row. And also we have a cross row down here that we can pull the wagon across. It narrows up down there so the mower won't fit through, but we can pull it by hand through here. So you saw us emptying the containers in the wagon to clean them out. Two reasons for that. One was to make sure we didn't miss any potatoes when we was digging. And the other reason is all this that is left in the bottom of these containers is pecan leaves. You know, we used those leaves as a filler to keep from using so much of our soil mixture. So the leaves are still down there in the bottom, and so I'm going to empty them all out in the wagon as soon as I get the wagon empty from the dirt, and we'll just put them back in the compost pile to recompost. Of course, this one here is all dirt because I run out of wagon space. That one's got all dirt. So we are now ready. Oh, I got one thing here. I guess evidently in the pecan leaves there must have been a pecan left in there, because we have a tree growing there. And somebody had asked me a while back if we grow our own trees, and my answer to that was no. But I may save this one. At one time in my prime, I used to could graft trees and usually had about a 90% success rate. Now I have not done that in probably 15 years or so, because it's just one of those interests that went by the wayside when Jackie's uncle passed away. So I may put this one in a 5-gallon bucket and try to grow it, and then graft it to a variety that we want, because that is what they consider a seedling. So if you want an improved variety, you have to regraft it. So that may be a series that we follow later. Not sure what else I want to add to this video, so I'm going to make this an official closing, but I may come back and add a clip later, so don't necessarily leave until you see the final closing. So if this is the end of this video, I appreciate y'all hanging around. Y'all take care, and God bless. Okay, I told you to stand by for some bonus footage. This is the pecan leaves, and of course it's still got some of the black cow and Miracle Grow mixed in it, so we have dumped it on our compost pile. As you can see, this was all pecan leaves and some pine straw mixed in with it. Of course, we've got some shavings and chicken poop from the coop mahal. There's some peanut hulls in there from where we had boiled peanuts. And then there's the leaves and all. You can see they didn't compost in the container. That was just used as filler, so they'll compost this time around. So I think I am going to have one more clip to add to this, so I'm not going to do a closure yet. Even though I've already done one, I'm not going to do the final one. Okay, so here's the potatoes. You can see these aren't green. So got me 2 pats of butter on there because I like butter on my taters. So let's chow down on these things, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, if you see this video, that means I'm still alive. I may have gotten sick, but I'm still alive. So y'all take care, and God bless.